Testing, testing. Excuse me. Okay, just preparing for dev chat. Give me a moment, eh? Where's the music? Oh, there we go. There we go, that's the music. Hello. Oh crap! The audio is coming out from the wrong place. Hang on, just a moment. Testing.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, it's okay now. All right.
Nice.
How's it going, man?
Not that great, but I did get some work done, so that's good.
That's good. That's good. Are you feeling better now?
Yeah, I'm feeling better now.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm trying to install a .NET SDK because I was thinking of like I'm flip-flopping. Like basically, I'm thinking of maybe doing some engine development stuff for fun.
Okay.
Which is the weirdest thing anyone has ever said.
Right. Just
Yeah.
never heard of anyone said that you want to relax to make by making an engine, right?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like I was just thinking, like Raylib seems pretty fun to use. Have you heard of that?
No, I have not.
It's like a C++ kind of framework, a very very minimalistic framework, and I kind of like GameMaker because like you had a lot of very simple stuff to start with.
Yes.
But Unity is like you can get. It's weird. Unity you can get complex stuff to work, but not the simple stuff.
Right.
Yeah, that's my main complaint with Unity usually.
How does Raylib compare then?
Raylib, all of the functions can be found on one page.
Nice.
So like all your documentation is literally you can just print it out and put it on your wall.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh, that's nice.
so I like it a lot. It's very it's very nice, I guess.
Right. So it provides the usual rendering input physics?
Yeah. It even has like it even like the physics is like is add-on so you can like it's modular.
Ah.
But you can even like have like VR stuff in it, for example.
Right.
So there's like a lot of stuff that you can do.
That's very cool.
It's very very cool. But yeah, I was like thinking of setting it up like 2 minutes ago. Literally 2 minutes ago. I just got it set up.
Nice.
Yeah, so but yeah, like are we live now?
Oh yes, we are live.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so how, congrats on your release firstly.
Oh yeah, thanks man. Thanks.
It's really fun. It's really fun. I'm not just saying that also.
Thank you.
It's
thank
really
you.
good.
Yeah, I'm just I'm been feeling a bit stressed because after this release it's become clear that I need to push updates at a very rapid rate. So
Yeah.
so that's one
I mean
thing.
that sucks.
Yeah, there's another issue.
Yeah.
Someone reached out to me and said that someone from the States reached out to me and said that there wasn't any ads shown to them during the entire playthrough. So but
Okay.
so I'm not quite sure how major this problem is because I know for a fact that I am getting some traffic from the US, but I'm not sure
Yeah.
how many people are actually facing this exact issue.
I see.
Yeah. So that's a bit
That's
scary.
weird.
Yeah,
that is a bit scary.
that is a bit scary. So I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure how big a problem that is. Like I'm trying to go to AdMob and look up some stats, and the what do they call it? The fill rate. The fill rate isn't really that bad. It's like what 97%, 98%, I think. which I thought is alright. So I'm not quite sure if it is some other
see.
problem altogether. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's just an isolated case.
It could be, but in a separate review, someone from Canada said that there's barely any ads, if any at all. And I'm like, so now I'm second guessing, right? Like, okay, does it mean that?
Okay, so I wouldn't know because I immediately bought the no ad thing. So I wouldn't know.
Thanks, man. Thanks. No, but
No
I have done the test. The ads is when I tested the ads is definitely working, right? I've tested with John as well. It's working. I'm just not sure if it's like it's a problem that's localized to like certain regions.
It might be a regional thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It might be a regional thing.
Yeah, so but if it's regional to like some place in the United States, right, then that really sucks because the US is the it's the place where the ads is worth the most.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It generates the most revenue.
I see.
I mean that's from a business point of view, lah. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. Alright. Yeah.
I guess let me open up Unity.
Okay.
Wow, Raylib is actually really easy to get started with.
Really? Huh? Nice.
I was like, how long will I take to get started? I probably shouldn't get started 2 minutes before dev chat. And then I got it working. It's like compiling a project already.
Very nice. So you got like a hello world.
Yeah, I got hello world and like in the font and then like the white background that I cleared. And it's very weird that I got that up and working in like 2 minutes. While in contrast, mono game takes me like 2 days and I'm like still not getting it working. Very interesting. But I'm like opening Unity now.
Okay.
And there you go. I think it's pretty interesting what I did, but it's not really my monitor broke, so I'm just using one monitor.
Is that your new monitor?
Yeah, my new monitor broke.
Oh dear.
The LCD they say got some problem. They say it's defective.
Damn, and that's the 4K monitor, right?
Yeah, like what the heck? Like they say it's a very rare problem.
Damn.
So just straight up like just defective. But yeah, like check this out. I think that's pretty cool. I think you saw it on Twitter though.
Oh yeah. Give me one moment. My pop-up is messing up again. Damn. Okay, I'll just drag the entire window here. Maximize. Oh yeah, I saw this on Twitter. It looks super cool, man.
Yeah. So the way I did this was like using Verlet integration. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's what they use for cloth physics.
Yes.
As well as cloth physics and rope physics are.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty simple like modification here. I just say if you're a certain length in the rope, then you can connect to other ropes.
Right.
Then also I made it so that if you're not connected to anything, like you're not connected to too many things, you have a higher percentage chance of like actually trying to like grab at the player. And that's why you got like these tendrils like trying to grab at the player. And I really miss this. I like procedural animation stuff. And the cool part is that when you break the stuff, right, and they like you can't really see it right now, but when they collide in the wall, right, they'll bounce around and squish.
Right.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, but that's the main thing that I was working on. And it's refreshing, like making this kind of stuff. It's hard, right? Which is why I like it. A lot of the times when I do sculpting stuff, it's not technically very challenging, to be honest.
Right.
With you. It's like design standpoint is challenging, but from a programming standpoint, it's not challenging at all.
Right.
But this was challenging though, for me anyway. This was quite tough to do for me.
It looks.
But I got it working.
Yeah. Like, do you have an intention to map, like to texture map the geometry with some?
Yes. Yeah. I plan to make it like meaty and fleshy and stuff.
Nice.
It's just like the base of it. Yeah.
Right. It's super cool. It's super cool.
Yeah. So this for gluttony. Like the idea is that they can kind of like form together into different masses because they are very greedy. Then they can basically create And once you like split them apart, I don't know if you noticed, but when you split them apart, right,
Yeah.
they can still like form together
Mm.
if they like if the correct pieces come up together like that. See,
Oh, nice.
and then they got this weird situation. It then becomes quite like procedural, which is nice.
Right. Super
Yeah.
cool, super cool.
So that's what. I'm sorry. Here, go ahead.
Each small pieces can kill you, right?
Yeah, all the
Every
small
single
pieces
piece.
can kill you.
Right.
But I'm gonna tweak it up so that like it's a bit less because it's a bit hard to like maintain right now. And I'm gonna make it so that it's not just ropes, like there's like squares and triangles that come form together, kind of thing. And I think that will be very different from the rest of the stages. And I like the fact that like all the stages feel super different right now.
Right.
So for example, like actually let me delete this first. So for example, right, like I can go to let's see, Envy, and then I can turn on my level reader, and as you can see this Envy, and you can knock over back the Chainz, and each one like each map, like this one has a bit of a longer chain,
Right.
so you have to use a different technique.
Whoa.
Yeah, that one glitched out a bit. I think I need to fix that.
Oh, I
Because
thought it was a charging move.
when you get like collision with like this kind of like hinge joints, it always gets a bit messier. But
Right.
thankfully it doesn't get too messy. That's the first time I saw that, so shouldn't be too bad. Oh shit. That's too fast. So still need to balance them out. Because there's some dudes who like just rotate damn fast and they don't like take some time to like kind of spin up. But yeah, like wait, why? Oh yeah, I changed it so that it's back to the wave thing to test something out.
Right.
But yeah, there you go. So now like you can kind of like see this level is a lot different because you've seen the last level before, the last LUST level.
Yes.
Then like all of them like have their own quirks, and I think that's what I like about it. Like they all feel like it's a different game almost.
Right.
But you're still using the same controls, so there's a lot of variety in there now. So I think Skull Chainz originally like it was this game where like it was fun, but I didn't see that much longevity in it. Now I see quite a bit of longevity because every single stage it feels like a different kind of environment, different kind of mechanics to master. And then at the end, I plan to like mix them all in. I plan on having Wrath as the final level, where everything is just mixed together.
Right.
Instead of like the first level. Yeah. But yeah, that's like mainly what I did. The Envy part, there's a bunch of enemies, but then they're mostly just like riffs on the same thing where like, there's ones where like they have like spiked chains and stuff that they can kill you with spiked chains.
Okay.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Let me see, overlay. Yeah, let me see if I can find there you go. So there's also like I think I showed in a previous dev chat, but just to prove my point, right? Yeah, right. Like this feels really different from everything else also because all shooters.
Right.
So you have to use completely different strategies. And that's what I like about this whole thing. It feels like it feels very good.
It's a good variety, right?
Yeah, but the only problem is that I need a good amount of power-up variety as well as some meta progression. But I'm not worrying too much about that for the moment.
But what do you mean by meta progression?
Mostly in the form of like health power-ups, I think.
Right.
Like because I think a lot of people said that the game was inaccessible for them because it was way too tough.
Right.
So I want to make sure that like everybody can play the game, no matter their skill level. Even if it takes them a while. So I wanted to make it so that by unlocking certain milestones, you can like, increase your health. And at this point in time, actually, I think I'm actually on track because almost all of the main stages are done. They all feel really different. I don't know if you agree whether they feel different or not.
They do.
Yeah, like different. I still want to get some playtesting done. I want to get it done this week, but actually had a pretty rough week, so I was able to get a lot of stuff done, but not in a way that it's playtestable, I guess.
Right, right.
But this feels like really, really different, so I'm quite proud of that. Yeah, but the main thing is that I'm thinking about what I want to do in the future after Skull Chains.
Right.
And I was saying might want to do some VR stuff, but I was thinking of doubling back and actually trying to expand my knowledge and trying to do something more akin to a minimalistic design, like maybe a dungeon crawler. Like you wanted to do a procedural dungeon crawler, right? You were telling me.
Yes.
But I want to do like something turn-based. I don't want to do. I keep doing action games, and I find that like for action games, I tend to cheat. I tend to have this thing where like I can make the mechanic feel really, really good.
Right.
And that's kind of like I find anyway that like that tends to make me lazy. It makes me go, oh, the mechanic feels good.
Right.
I don't need to have any sort of like meta depth to it, you know?
Right.
You know what I'm saying, right? Like juice can be very powerful, but it can also be very dangerous as well.
Right. So you're afraid that you're relying too much on just the game feel alone, and I see.
So I want to actually make something like an RPG or a roguelike, but I wanted to make it minimalistic. And it's more for my own personal growth than like any kind of commercial kind of thing.
Right.
Because I think that's more important for me anyway. Like in where I currently am.
Right.
And I think like in terms of action games and making the game feel good and all that, I'm pretty good at that. So I want to work on the parts that I'm weaker at. So I was thinking of that's why I was thinking of using like Raylib and like testing out stuff. I would also like to share like some other stuff that I've been doing this week.
Yes.
So let me see if I got the screenshots. I've actually been doing a lot of. I've been doing a lot of experimentation. Like this is something that I was trying to do. This was using clay cells, and I was trying to make it so that you could like procedurally create geometry using clay cells and maybe make some monsters that could like But the way it works is ray tracing, basically.
Sorry, how do you go about creating that?
I should explain. These are all like small circles, and they all just like metaball themselves to each other.
Right.
Yeah, so I was thinking of using that to create a creature, but I mainly would have been experimenting with different kind of technologies. Like this is a flow field generator that I made, and I made it in processing, and you can adjust the flow fields and stuff like that.
Very nice.
So I've been doing like these mini programming exercises to try to keep my brain, sharp.
Right.
Because I realized that with Skull Chains, the design part is very hard. The art part is not so hard, but the programming part is like the thing is I program it very shoddily because normally I don't have much time to work on the game.
Right.
But it's like even though I program it shoddily, it still works fine. And that might be a good thing for most people. For me, I think it just makes me lazy.
Right.
To an extent. I also made this. This is it loads. Wait, it's not this. Was it? It's this one, I think. Yeah. So this is like this. I have to explain what this is.
Yeah.
Basically, you start with a word, right? For example, you can see dark here, right?
Yes.
It will actually use a thesaurus, and it will basically figure out what's a similar word to dark, like bad maybe, or dubious, or flagitious, or whatever, right? You'll then find a similar word to dead, depending on the depth that you have here. So if you have a depth of 3, you get a similar word to a similar word to a similar word. I find this very useful for writers, artists, and for game jams. So for example, you have a game jam and the idea you have, like the theme is dark, right?
Yes.
Maybe. Then you can just run this with a depth of 3, and you can just look at the end notes. You can get stuff like glum or ill-fated or fall to pieces. Like fall to pieces, there's some kind of a tangential connection to dark, right? And this is a very good way of, or unknown, see?
Right.
And it's a good way of like figuring out, like, if you get like a large depth, it's gonna be less related, but you can see the chain of events that go towards it. So then that can give you ideas, basically.
Right. What database are you accessing to get all these words?
I have a one TXT file of I have a one TXT file thesaurus.
Woo! I see.
Yeah. Then what I do is I make a dictionary from it so that the runtime access is instant almost anyway. And then I just like go through it recursively. Yeah.
That's cool, man.
So I've been doing stuff like this. I've been trying to make small tools that kind of like help. I realized that I've been going through I've been thinking very hard recently about like what I want to do in terms of games, right? Because I want to stick to games.
Yes.
But I don't want to just do games and just make games where people have fun, because that's fine.
Right.
But I want to have it be where people can actually express their own creativity as well.
Right.
That's my personal goal, because I find that to be the most satisfying for me when I can help someone express their creativity.
Right.
So that's why I've been trying to learn all these new technologies and stuff like that on my own spare time. So generally nowadays, what I would do is I would spend some time on Chainz.
Yeah.
I'll spend like maybe 3-4 hours a day working on it. It's actually a lot more than I used to, because now I feel a lot better. My health issues are clearing up a little bit.
Right.
And I'll basically spend that amount of time on this. But the rest of the time, I'll basically spend researching stuff, reading papers, like trying to figure out like what else I can do. Like Raylib, right? Like,
yes.
Look at that. It's like it works. Wow. Literally spent 2 minutes setting it up.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's very cool. Actually, since I have this open, Raylib is like, if you look at the website, right?
Yes.
Then you go to the cheat sheet. These are all the functions in the entire thing, including the enums, including enums. So like it's very, very small. In fact, all you actually need is, and these are the modules, right?
Yes.
So the only thing you actually need is this.
Core.
This is it, and with this you can make VR games already. Actually, this includes the VR stuff as well, or you can make 3D stuff. All these other stuff is just if you want extra stuff to help you.
Right. But they come with the model loader as well.
Yeah. This one, the core comes with the model loader already.
Nice.
So everything is already inside. I think the core comes with the model loader though. I'm not exactly sure. But oh wait, no, I might be wrong.
It's a different model.
Yeah, you're right. It's in another module. But the modules are all okay. The modules are very interesting because they're all single file header stuff. That's it. Just single file header stuff. Like that's one file.
Right. It's nice to.
Yeah, it's just you just add it in and it's done.
Yeah, it's nice to work with something that is so, what do you call that?
Minimalistic in a sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though it's minimalistic though, you can get a lot of stuff done with this. I imagine that even though people haven't used it for that, I imagine this is very good for making applications as well. And I just find it very, very straightforward, and like whenever they have an update, they don't really add more to it. They just make sure what they have is working better. That's it. And that's kind of what I like. So I was like, I kind of want to like spend a day or two and not memorize, but like acclimate myself to every single function and then like know how to use it for future stuff. That kind of thing.
You have the intention of releasing something with like
yeah. What I wanted to do is I think we talked to John about this, but
right.
The bro-like thing where like I've been very, very into small, compact roguelikes recently.
Right.
So I'm very, very into those very, very small, compact roguelikes, and I think there's some sort of minimalist elegance to it, which I cannot seem to replicate in my games, because my games, like I said, is usually quite bombastic and like usually like has a lot of juice and all that. I want something where it's a bit more cerebral.
Right.
My only concern about this is that the art part will take a backseat, which I don't want to do, because I like my games to have an equal amount of coding, design, and art. To me, I find it more important to enjoy the development process than it is to make an enjoyable game, as bad as that might sound. because if you don't enjoy the development process, then why are you making it?
What's
in
the
first
point,
place,
right? Exactly.
What's the point? Like, you can make something where everybody loves it, but if you're not happy, then it's kind of I find that kind of. I guess people have different priorities. Like, some people are focused on the end product a lot, and that brings them happiness. But for me, the process itself has to be fun. So for me, for like years, action games have been fun, and I still think it's fun, but I want to try to branch out and see whether other stuff might be fun or not as well.
Right.
So that is to say that, like, in the next week, I'm still gonna be working on Chainz, and I've been making a lot of progress on it. I've actually been keeping up with my production plan.
Yes.
A bit behind because I wasn't able to finish the entirety of the gluttony level by this week. But the gluttony level that I ended up making is using custom rope physics, so I'm gonna give myself some slack and say that that's a hard thing to implement properly as an enemy, especially for procedural animations.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just gonna cut myself some slack there and say that I'll probably get it done next week. So I'm probably trying to get the gluttony stuff done with all of the levels in the stage done by next week. And then after that, all I have is sloth, basically. And I think one more, which is...
Is one more circle?
I think there's one more circle. Wait, no, I'm done!
Woo!
There's Rough, but then Rough is basically I just
That's the very first one you did, right? Yeah.
No, it's the very first one I did, but I'm gonna redo it with like all of the other enemies combined. But that's easy. That's easy because like it's just like making the levels for it. That's like super fast. I can get it done there.
Right.
I actually thought I had two more. That's weird. No, that means like gluttony and sloth, and that's it.
That's good, man. Ahead of schedule.
yeah, that's pretty good. Like I just need to like make sure like I stay on task, and I was thinking maybe the roguelike mode might be a bad idea. I'm not sure yet. It depends on the power-ups, I guess. But I will say that as of right now, Chainz is in a much more, not a better position, but a much more fun position than it was a few weeks ago because of the variety that's in there.
Right. Well, much more fun sounds like it is in a better position.
Yeah, that's true. But I say it might not be in a better position because there's also the fact to consider that with all this variety, right, and I want to do a roguelike mode as well, it will require more power-ups, which doesn't really work out at the moment because there's very few. So that might not work out as well as I wanted to. But variety-wise, it's much better. It feels like every single stage is different. Let's see. Oh yeah, so in addition to doing this, so gluttony and maybe sloth, I'm not sure yet. I actually might use the amoeba thing for sloth. Like make them all really slow and then use it for sloth. I'm not sure that it translates well for gluttony. I have to figure it out. But either case, I think it fits both somewhat, right? So oh wait, no, I did miss one. Greed. I have not done greed.
Greed is the one with money.
Yeah, I still don't know about that one because when I put coins in, it became very messy. That's the problem.
Right.
Yeah, so the greed is so like I'm still on track, but I still got to do those two. So next week, sloth and gluttony, and also I want to try doing. Originally, my plan was to learn something new every single day. I wanted to make a whole project every single day.
Every single day?
Which was what I've been doing for the past week.
Right.
And then I realized that's not a good idea. Because like when I'm unable to do that for like health reasons or whatever, I feel like shit, you know?
Right.
So it's like, it's not a very good idea to do that. I'll put the expectation on myself. So I'm kind of like thinking about doing one project a week where I focus on a certain technology. And I try to actually like achieve that technology, like achieve some kind of use of the technology to make a tool that people can use in some way. So I was thinking Raylib seems like a good option, even though interestingly I never see it used for anything other than games. But I guess mono game is also not used for anything other than games, even though it could be.
True. Mono game came from XNA, right?
Yeah, and like Love 2D is like very general, and it's still not used for anything but
Right.
games. The only thing that I can think of that is used for both games and apps are two applications. One of them is Godot. Godot is used for a lot of stuff, including this painting software called Heavy Paint.
Okay.
This software is made in Godot.
Oh.
And it's very good. In fact, it's the one that made me make my painting app in Godot. This app and also Unity.
This is all digital.
Yeah, this is all digital.
Oh, but it looks like actual oil painting. Some of them looks like oil painting.
Yeah, I tend to use Heavy Paint for my base structure for my paintings nowadays. It's very, very useful for that. And the weird thing is that even though it looks, somewhat traditional, right? The intended workflow for this painting app is actually to start with very blocky shapes to the point that it doesn't really seem all that traditional. But the brushes they have inside and the color variation options they have inside, like they have this option where you can paint a rectangle and they will color certain parts of it different colors. So that gives some variety to it, like off the bat. And that's how paint in real life works as well, right? It's not just like you select white, then you're painting just white.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like there's always gonna, especially with watercolor. Yeah, so there's that kind of thing.
Very nice.
But yeah, Unity also like they make apps with it. But I kind of wanted to learn Raylib so that I can try to make stuff potentially other than games. One last thing I wanted to mention before I stop is P5JS. I think you might have heard of this.
Yes.
It's a library for creative coding.
Yes.
I've made stuff with this before, yeah. And this one is specifically for creative coding. But interestingly, very few people make games in this. So like, it's like everybody uses the thing for what it's supposed to be for. I don't think that necessarily needs to be the case.
Right.
So that's why I want to learn like Raylib, and I was looking through all this stuff, and it's very, very, very surprising that it's on par with Monogame.
Oh.
Like, it's I mean, this is also inspired by XNA, by the way. I think it is.
Right. Yeah, it
is. It says right there.
Right.
I actually didn't really read this part, but like VGI. Yeah, so yeah, that will explain some. That will explain it, because it felt to me like XNA, but with a bit more nuance to it.
Right.
So this is very cool. This is super cool and far easier to set up than Monogame. So I was like, shit, I should just use this. And I'm planning to use it to make a small roguelike, or to make a small. Oh yeah, there's one last. I forgot one last thing.
Yes.
I wanted to actually make a framework where people can make games within an hour or 2 hours.
Okay.
Like this thing. I don't know if I've shown you this. I think I've shown you this before.
Yes, you've shown us, especially to John, right, during one of our.
Yeah. And I don't know if I told you, but I actually made a port of this to Godot.
Yes.
Yeah. But like I think that it might be actually better on Raylib, since this has like the bindings for it, like how to say like it's a much more low level than Godot. There's a lot more stuff where you can just access the GL functions directly.
Right.
So I can probably make it a lot more optimized and a lot more control over it. Yeah, I guess.
Right.
So I wanted to make something where I can just make a game very quickly with it, and I just want to make a lot of very small games and then just like practice my knowledge basically.
Awesome.
Yeah. And that's about it. Yeah. So next week, gluttony and
greed, right? Sloth. Right.
Gluttony and sloth, and then playing around with either Raylib or some other kind of technology. I just want to just play around with stuff. Try to learn some new things. I find that learning new things helps stave away my depression for the most part.
Right.
Yeah. Very long-winded way to say that I like learning new things. Yeah.
Cool, man. Thanks for sharing. It's all
Yeah.
really big. Now that you've shown it to me, right? I felt like I might have seen it somewhere. Really? Huh. What game?
Really, is I think it's quite. It's gotten more traction recently because of the Epic Mega Grant and the Google. I think he got an award from Google as well.
Right. Nice.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. Oh, one more thing that I forgot to mention, right?
Yes.
You can use Raylib in multiple languages. Guess how many? I was quite surprised.
Guess how many?
Yeah, because there's bindings for it.
Okay. I guess I'll just go through the standard one first. So C, C++, probably. Right. C.
Oh no, like just name a number because it's a lot.
Serious? Okay, let's.
Yeah, it's a lot.
10.
50. You got like Pascal, you got Ruby, you got like Python, you got C#, you got like Rust, pretty much everything. Everything possible.
God. Do they have?
Yeah.
Do they support? Sorry. Go ahead.
And the thing is, I think you can export it on anywhere, like HTML5, Android, iOS, Raspberry Pi. Not Switch and like not like the
because of licensing issue, right? Yeah.
No, there's no licensing issues. It's just I don't think they've figured that out yet.
Oh right, I see. Is there any support for you know that language brain
fuck?
Yeah.
No, wait, actually. Nope. You know, I was watching a talk on esoteric programming languages, and there's a language called bodyfuck, which is like is brainfuck, but you have to use a Kinect controller and actually dance around.
What the hell?
It produces programming patterns. It's very weird, very strange. Esoteric programming language is very strange.
Sounds like an excellent way to exercise.
I guess so. I'm not a very good dancer, but very strange.
Oh man.
Reminds me of Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
Did you heard of that language? Yeah.
No, I'm not.
There's a programming language called Shakespeare where you have to write a full play.
Oh
whenever you want to introduce a variable, you have to be like, "Oh, this guy enters the scene."
Oh my god.
and the thing is, it's structured in such a way that it's classical, so you can actually use it in an actual play setting.
Whoa, that's crazy.
And people have done it before, where they use a program and they like host an actual play with multiple people based off the program, which is weird. It's very weird to me.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
I can't imagine it happening in Singapore actually.
Yeah.
It seems like more of like other countries might do that, but I don't think anybody here would do that.
Yeah. Oh man, that's cool.
That's very cool. Yeah. So that's my part.
Okay, then I guess I shall continue. I shall talk about mine. I don't have to share my screen first. I think not yet. Not the many things that I can show, but I will just talk about a few things that I need to do. So my game launched. Postmortem. Not quite yet because I still have stuff to add.
Okay.
My game launched on the 23rd, right? On the 23rd of this month, November. So it has been like a few days since. At the moment, it was featured briefly on in various countries under the games section. Not on the main page yet, so not on the daily. That I haven't gotten any game of the day, not quite yet. I think that one is extremely important because that's the main driver of traffic. So at the moment, I don't have that kind of traffic yet. So I have up to 26. I have the figures up for until 26 November. So until 26 November, I have 8,000 downloads on the iOS and about around 5,000 on the Android. So that's like slightly more than 10k. I need more. I need more figures. To see any significant what do you call that? Significant revenue, I suppose. So that is something that I have to prime myself for. I have to work towards that. Now another thing I realized is that I wasn't fully expecting is that when I release Serious Scramblers, at least within the first month, right? I don't really have many people who will reach out to me and say, "Hey, I beat your game," because I think Serious Scramblers is that difficult. For Jerboa, within a day, of launch, right, I already have like multiple people who say, hey, I've beaten all 10 worlds. When's the next one coming, right? So I'm starting to feel some stress. Right? I feel
Oh
like
no. Oh no.
when's the next one coming? So yes, so I have to rush that. And
Right.
I have to work on different modes as well. So because people has been suggesting that I probably can introduce endless mode, which is a good idea because endless mode would help with retention, right? People will come back,
Yes.
yeah, for to play every day. Ideally, yeah. So that's one thing. Another thing is, which was also a surprise, was there are people who, I'm not sure how many, but I know that there are at least like 2 or 3 of them already that has like directly spoken to me that wanted a speed running mode. And in fact, one of them has shown me a playthrough, right, of them beating the game in around half an hour, which is crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting a half an hour playthrough of 90 levels. So that's a thing. That's a thing. So they were requesting that I have like official support for speedrunning. By introducing certain features like a timer, stuff like that, and making the progress from level to level a bit more streamlined, so that they can play through the whole thing in one sitting, if you know what I mean. Right? Because at the moment, right, between levels, there's this pausing, right? Like I'll show you like how many collectibles you have collected and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So with the speedrunning mode on, by right, I don't want to show that screen. It's supposed to just progress from level to level.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's one thing. Well, that's a lot. But anyways,
That's a lot, yeah.
My plan is I need to upload the UX improvement update very soon. Hopefully by today or tomorrow. And that update will include some volume bug fixes, UI layering bug, which is a bug that you reported. So I fixed that already. This one I completely skipped my mind when I was developing the game. I forgot I needed to support the Android back button. I forgot.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. That's interesting though. That's interesting that you missed that one though.
Because it's supposed to be obvious, right?
No. It's more that it's not that. It's more that I was like surprised that nobody mentioned it.
During the test, yeah, but
Yeah.
that now that it's launched, right? I have people saying that, hey, your game has your game has no quitting option. I'm like, this is the thing, is that when you develop, I primarily test on iOS, so the iOS has that home button, right, which you just
click. I was also playing on iPad, so
so I forgot I had to support the back button. Yeah,
I see.
I was very surprised because I had like more than a few people say that hey, there's no quitting option, so time for me to do that. Yeah, time for me to do that. Another thing that I opt to push till later was the review request. So that one is, after you play the game for a while, right? I automatically ask the user, hey, would you like to review the game? The lack of that feature is actually very prominent at the moment because even though how do I put it? Even though I have like 8K downloads on iOS, right? I only have like 30 plus ratings at the moment. So that means I need to get the request review feature in, because I recall seeing that this feature, right, actually drastically increased the number of reviews and number of ratings for your game. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to do that as well. One thing I wasn't expecting was that people seem way more willing to rate and review your game on Android for some reason. I'm not quite sure why.
I think that's the case, yeah.
Is it just culture, or is it more like Android has some feature that will ask the user to rate the game?
I don't know actually, but I also have encountered the same thing.
Oh, you had the same experience?
Yeah.
Right. So I'll have to do
I actually never thought about that. I just I was aware of it, but I never really thought about why.
Yeah, I was quite surprised.
Okay.
Okay. Oh yeah. One more thing. Maybe I'll share my screen for a bit. Hang on. How do I? Oh yeah, I maximize the thing. Hang on. Share screen.
Let me see it. Okay.
It's not much, but if there is to be a divisive mechanic in the game, right? It would be the cannon. The cannon is the one that some people say that it's
Is that on stage 6 or 7?
Stage 6.
I stopped at stage 5 so far. So that's why I was like, I haven't seen the cannon yet.
Yeah, 6 is the one that I mean, cannon is the one that I think some people find a little bit disagreeable. So if you take a look at this one, people were saying that the arrow, right, is pointing straight. It's pointing straight, so there is an implication that if you fire, right, the Jerboa will also fly out straight. But the thing is that gravity actually acts on it. So,
oh my god, I had this exact same complaint in Apocalypse. Because my projectiles have gravity to them, but I just draw a straight line.
Yeah, so that's what I did, right? I draw a straight line. So at the moment, I'm trying to tweak it a bit. It's still a work in progress, but now I'm just going to draw the trajectory and see if that helps.
Yeah, I ended up doing that as well. I just ended up like doing that and then recasting and then just checking.
Yeah, I kind of want to do it by bending the striped arrow though, so I'm not quite.
Yeah, I mean maybe if you could. Does the game maker have any like mesh modification functions? Like you can just use the
I can draw the triangle strip myself, so I think I will have to do the calculations for that.
Okay.
Which is fine. It will just be going from 4 vertices to maybe I don't know 20.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad, right? Yeah. So I will have to do that, and hopefully I can do it by tonight. So that is the first update. Second update would have to be a content update, and because so the marketing person that I was talking to, right, has made it very clear that my game is what they call a low lifetime value game, meaning player will play the game, right, get what they want out of it, and then they'll move on. So it doesn't it doesn't stay in their life for very long, right? So one thing I have to do to have a better retention would be leaderboard support. So because I have people in the server talking about speedrunning and stuff, I thought like, hey, I should probably include a time trial mode. So each level has a leaderboard tied to it, right? And it will record the time of completion, right, for each player. And I thought that would be a good time for me to add like my own timing as well, so they can like try to beat the developers. Yeah. So I was thinking of that. So that would be for the update 2. And then for update 3, which is all supposed to be done by this year, I would like to have a world's run speedrunning mode, meaning you speedrun an entire world, right, and that entire timing would be sent to the leaderboard.
For what it's worth, right, the leaderboard API for both iOS and Android, I mean, you probably interacted with it already, but it's super simple to get up and running.
Yeah, thankfully, right? But
thankfully. So in contrast to a lot of other things with their API, but the leaderboard stuff is really easy to get up and running.
Yeah. Have you try customizing the display though? Like, is it?
No, I have not. But that was before the update. They had like an update to the leaderboard stuff. So I think it's actually I did for my game.
Right.
Shark Slam. Basically, I got information from there and I displayed it on my own UI.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not that bad for I think. No, I did it for both. I think.
For both iOS and Android.
I can't remember. I've done it only for one, but I definitely did it. It wasn't that bad, but yeah, I'm not sure if I did it for both.
Do you think the Game Maker extension actually provide that functionality?
Depends on whether they have like full API access, I guess. Like if they have full API access, then yeah, you can definitely do it.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed then. If not, I mean, since time is of essence, then I mean, worst case scenario,
I don't think it matters too much if you just use the default one, in my opinion.
Right. You think it's okay?
I think it's perfectly fine. The reason why I did it for mine is because the company was preferred like having like a custom UI for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So does it mean that you have to like scroll through all the names as well? So you have your own like scrolling UI and stuff?
There will usually be you're scrolling through the names, but then after that there will usually be multiple tabs, right?
Right.
For friends and like
Oh, that's true.
Right. That kind of thing.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
So that's primarily my plan.
Yeah, but thankfully, like that shouldn't be too bad compared to the other stuff that you probably had to do for the API.
Yeah.
Because that's the easiest part for some reason. At least for me, yeah.
Do you know how many leaderboard is supported? Like, because if I have one leaderboard per level, right, then I would be using up to like more than 100 at some point.
I think it's different for iOS and Android. I can't remember exactly.
Okay, I'll have to look it up then.
Because for all of the games, which is not that many, but like all the ones that I did, I never had more than like 2 or 3 leaderboards.
Or maybe Time Trial doesn't need a leaderboard. Maybe World's Run is the one that requires a leaderboard. Yeah.
You could also like kind of maybe refresh it every month. Some people do that.
Right.
Yeah, just to make sure that like new players don't get too intimidated. But the one's up to you, of course.
Yeah. Okay. So now that I've talked about like all the features I need to implement, maybe I'll talk like very briefly about the reception. So reception seems to be pretty good. I'm quite happy that I'm getting like primarily 5 stars, but I do have like a couple of 1 star. Like just now, I got a 1 star review that says that the game is too difficult and that they stop after level 1. I'm like, okay, how is that
level 1?
Yes, level 1. So
level 1 or stage 1?
I imagine so. Because I have another feedback form, right? Like I have a Google form thingy. So someone's requested that I have get this an in-depth tutorial because they are stuck on level 1.
Huh?
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah. How? Yeah.
Maybe there's a bug. Okay, maybe there's a bug that they're encountering. Because I don't.
Yeah, but if it's a bug, then I would have expected more of such complaints. So let's take a look at level 1.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought you like. I was playing it like on voice chat, right? And I was telling people like it felt like you streamed like the difficulty curve felt just right to me.
But then okay. So I have a guess on what was happening.
Okay.
So on Thursday, right, I was in class, right, and I actually saw some of my students playing it. I did not advertise to them. Right? I just want to say that I did not advertise to them. But they were playing it, right, and then one of the students who was new to this kind of game, right, he was stuck here because instead of holding down jump, he was like tapping. He was just tapping.
Okay. Yeah, no, I can understand that now.
Yeah, but would you?
I would not change it to just tap if that's what you're gonna ask.
No. I was saying that would you actually make a tutorial for this, or would you just?
I would.
You would, huh? Oh. Okay.
The reason why? Super Meat Boy did the exact same thing, actually.
How did they do it? I forgot.
They had a very wide gap. The only way to get past is that you have to hold it.
Yeah, but this is exactly what I have, right?
But no, this is slightly different because you are also including wall jumping into it. Like that one is very, very, very straightforward. You can only run left, right, and you can only jump across the chasm. That's it. That's the whole level.
Right.
Yeah. I think adding too much things might make it too complex. So if it's just the tab, right, I'll literally make it just a large chasm, and you have to just like hold it. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's.
I had wanted something like that, but my game is vertical in nature rather than horizontal.
That's a good point also. Yeah, like how, like if you just let the guy run and then he just runs into the chasm right away, so it feels kind of. Yeah, it's a tough problem.
Yeah, I wonder, or maybe I can hang on because I have later levels that requires you to hold down as well, like this one.
Yeah.
So
like if you tap in that one, it won't. Like...
It wouldn't. Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe I can lower the first platform. I can lower this by a bit.
I think you just need a. Yeah, I think lowering it might just
might help, right?
That,
yeah.
Because as long as they know that they have to hold, right, then I think then your problem is solved, though.
Yeah. Well, they definitely have to hold. This one. Well, but then they need to cross this one as well.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe some reordering is called for. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
That's an interesting point though, because like I mean, you and I are developers, right? So we're kind of used to like holding down for like higher jump or whatever. But it makes sense that some people wouldn't be.
Yeah.
But I never really thought of that. Like, never really crossed my mind that might be why.
I thought like that might be that people would there would be people who don't know how to do that. I was just thinking that if there is a bottleneck here, surely eventually they will figure out. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's what I would assume as well. But I guess maybe some people who play mobile games
may not be as patient.
Firstly, they might not be as patient. Secondly, they probably have less. They have less exposure to games other than mobile games, and I'm assuming a lot of mobile games don't have the hold to jump higher.
Oh yeah, probably.
You know what I'm saying? Like for example, right, like a classic example is like Flappy Bird or something. It's just a trigger. So they might be more exposed to that if they primarily play mobile games.
True. Speaking of that, because on mobile games there's the 3-star system, right?
Yeah.
My 2-star actually confused some people.
Okay, that one I can actually see. Yeah, that one I can see. But I mean, this kind of that one's.
Yeah.
I can actually kind of see that.
Yeah. So that was one thing, but I think eventually they got it. Okay, so. Let me think about this. I might just extend this a little bit. Extend it a little bit.
Like for my game, for block, like there's two problems that I had in my game that are very similar to yours. It was the blob, and it was like kind of a game where people didn't hold the jump button long enough. They just tapped it as well. But the problem is right. To jump, right, you have to click the mouse button because you can jump anywhere.
Yes.
So to hold down the mouse button felt weird to them, and that makes sense, I guess.
To hold down. Wait, sorry. What do you hold down to
jump?
To jump. Right.
Because
you jump on letting go.
Because you can hang upside down the wall, so you don't press space or anything like that. You jump in the direction that you click in.
Right.
So that's the first thing. The second thing is that every level, right, I actually had 2 goals that I encourage people to go for.
Right.
I had to break my mind to think of a third one because 2 was just like weird. So yeah, that's what I did. I thought of a third one.
I see. So it's more in line with like the traditional
normal game conventions. Because even though like you can break game conventions, it's like I try not to if I can, just so that people can get used to the game easier or faster.
Yeah. That's a very good point. Yeah. So I'm a bit scared of making what do I call that impulsive changes to the level based on like one or two feedback. So I think I'm going to keep this for now, and then maybe in subsequent updates, right? If I'm still getting this response, then I will make some changes.
I would assume that this is a very, very, very small portion of the people. I can't imagine that most people will run into that.
Yeah. I mean, based on the review at the moment, it does seem like a majority of people like the game for what it is.
Can I ask something though? Yes. Can you try finishing the level with just tapping, without holding down?
Like that?
So it's impossible to do it, right?
It would seem impossible. It would seem impossible. I get it. Actually,
jump from high up.
No, like someone has mentioned that when I'm holding down, right, there should be some kind of a visual indication around my thumb.
Right.
Right. So then maybe it's clear that you're doing something.
I disagree though. I wouldn't be looking at my thumb at all. I would actually put the indication. I don't know why I put the indication, but not on my thumb.
Right, but you display. You still display it somewhere on the screen.
I will actually put it as an animation on Jerboa, like make him like spring down a little bit. That's what I did for my game, and it helped a bit.
Say again.
Like make him like crouch down a bit or something.
Right.
Really bounce. But you know that might ruin some of the other stuff, because when I did the crouch, right, I also accompanied it with a speed downgrade. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, and that might not work for your game because you already got all these levels, and you definitely shouldn't do that.
Mine doesn't have like a anticipation frame. Like mine is the moment you click, right, up it goes. Right?
Yeah. No, for some reason I'm thinking about my game where like it's when you release, then it's like
because yours has the speed thing, right?
I think actually that's a good point. Then how? Like it definitely shouldn't put it around the thumb though, because I don't think anyone will do it at the thumb.
I see. I say that because there's one person who apparently had sweaty fingers. I think sweaty palms, and they are not sure if the game was unresponsive or if it was their fingers. So
for that purpose, then that might be good. But I meant for like
a general gaming purpose.
General like making sure like you can jump high. I don't think is a good idea.
Right.
Like in terms of like making sure that the input was pressed, that's always a good idea. Like to just like reinforce that.
True. Yeah. Okay. That's a few things to think about. But I think for me, most importantly is after my first UX update and the bug fixes. Right. I think the most important thing is my leaderboard. So I have to do that.
Leaderboards. Yeah.
Time trial, and I have to work on a new world as well. So.
New what?
New world.
Oh, okay.
Like a world featuring this mechanic which I showed last week. So I'm gonna have to do that as well. Yeah, I'm just a little bit scared because if people can finish 90 levels in a day, right, then how much is it gonna help if I'm just adding like what 9 levels per month?
I finished half of the levels within, I would like to say 30 to 40 minutes, I think.
Oh my god.
but like, yeah, I don't know. That's my personal experience.
Right. I'm getting.
I have, but the thing is, I wouldn't care too much about it if you like add a trial, the leaderboard mode and stuff, because I think that the base movement and the level design and everything is very, very fun.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay then. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess for me, I already mentioned what I want to work on, right? So yeah. Leaderboard and time trial mode to appease the players who want some competition. So I'll do that.
Are you gonna do like a leap day thing ever, if possible? Because it will be a lot more work, obviously.
So sorry, what's that? Leap what?
You know, leap day, like every day there's a random seed.
I can, but I don't know how I would go about randomizing my world.
I would actually go a very easy route
Yes,
and just
please tell
have
me.
like random collections of levels, basically.
Random collections of
Basically, like you have to get through all 5 levels, as quickly as possible, and then they just check your time, and then after they can compare your time to everybody else. And then the 5 levels or 6 levels or whatever are like randomly
existing levels.
existing levels.
Oh,
Because if you think about it, that's essentially what Leap Day does, right? But they connect the levels together. That's all.
right. Oh, can I have a confession to make?
Yeah.
I have never played Leap Day.
Oh, really? Yeah. It's
Yes,
really
yes.
good.
Because
It's really really good.
remember there's this thing I was talking to you about. Like when I make a game, right, and I know that there's another similar game, I fear playing it because I don't want to be subconsciously influenced.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's just me. That's just me. Yeah.
Well, I think that's a good thing in this case because your game feels very different from Leap Day, and in a good way also. Like it doesn't like I feel like actually for the most part, right, your game, I was on voice chat. I remember telling the person in voice chat, actually,
Right.
like Roya.
Right.
I was telling her that like actually this feels very different from the other. I haven't played that many like mobile platformers, but the ones that I have played where it's like run and then jump, it feels very different. It feels a lot snappier.
Right.
I mean that's a good thing.
I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear. But let me just clarify with you again. You mentioned the daily thing is a collection of random levels, and then what happens after that? There's a leader.
No, it's like kind of like you know how in Binding of Isaac they have like the pre-made levels, but then they like combine them together, kind of.
Right.
It's kind of like that in Leap Day, except they have like chunks, and you have to just go all the way to the top. And I don't think it's something that you can do in your game.
Right.
So I was just gonna say like literally just have like several different levels and like just like try to see how many people can go through in one sitting. Like in like for example like
like no death run, is it? No death.
Sorry, I phrased it wrongly. Like 5 levels, and then after that see how long they take to complete the entire thing. And then like there's a daily leaderboard.
Daily leaderboard.
Yeah.
How does people usually handle daily leaderboard because of the time zone and stuff?
It's just refreshed at like a certain time, like not per time zone, but like say like 1 a.m. Singapore time. Like that's it. Everywhere else is the same time.
Right.
Yeah, it's not like 1 a.m. here, then 1 a.m. in the UK, and then like it's just like one time. Then that's generally how they handle daily leaderboards anyway.
Right. So, but I imagine that means my daily leaderboard should only unlock itself.
There's usually a timer countdown.
Right.
Like
but the thing is that I cannot have everyone play the same level, right? Because there are people who may not have been exposed to certain mechanics yet, because like they are slower.
Well, I mean the thing is, this is for longevity, right? Maybe you can have it be people who finish the game can access it.
Right.
Yeah. That might be it, but because I don't know how much work it will take, but like I don't imagine it being that much more work because the levels are already done for you and you can put them in order, and I don't foresee it being as much work as trying to make like a roguelite mode or something.
That would be too much, right?
Yeah, that would be way too much.
Yeah.
So this seems like something like that can add longevity that also wouldn't take too much effort.
Do you think that players would appreciate it, or do you think that they will just be like, oh, I've played all these levels before?
I'm actually not sure. Like the thing is for Leap Day, right? There's an illusion, right? The illusion being that you haven't played these levels before because they're all interconnected. But the moment that you start putting a goal in each room and having it be exact same as the other levels you got, the illusion might just be broken. I'm not sure. That's the thing. I'm not sure how it's gonna be received. I just thought it might be a good idea seed, because like if you're able to figure out a way that you can connect the levels together but use the levels that you already got, then it might be a good way to extend longevity. But maybe not like in the raw form that I put it, where it's like just take 5 levels and then play in any order.
Right.
If like for example you can think up, I don't know, like the problem I think is that the door is located in a different place every single level, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, and some levels the door is like at the bottom rather than at the top. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it's a bit tougher in that way.
Yeah.
But if
but-
you can figure out a way, then it might be cool.
Yeah, you're right. I can try to see if I can do like a seamless transition where no the Jerboa is always visible on screen. So the moment you touch the door, maybe the background turns to black, right? And then suddenly you're in a new room, but the Jerboa is always at the same place. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, but it's a good thing to think about. I think also maybe like, just expanding on the speedrun concept might be good enough. Also.
Yeah. That one is the
like-
biggest surprise this week because I never knew that there was a speedrunning community for mobile games until the person said so.
That's interesting you say that. When I was playing the game, the first thing I was thinking was this. I actually thought it might have a speedrun thing at the end. Because I thought it was actually very suitable for speedrunning.
Right. So
yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. So I guess I was actually thinking the same thing as as what people were recommending.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to do that then.
But maybe also you were thinking per world also, right?
Per world, yes. Per world first because I cannot have like the speedrun of the entire game when my worlds are not finished yet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask.
Yeah. I actually don't know when I will finish out all the worlds. I don't have like a fixed goal in mind. Like I'm not like, hey, I want there to be like say 15 worlds, and then after I'm done with 15 worlds, I'm the game is done. I have not actually thought about that yet.
I mean, so personally speaking, right? Like I think player retention, speedrunning appeals to a very niche subset of people.
Yes.
Especially people who can get that higher score. Most people, I feel, play it and then see they're not really anywhere near the top, and then they stop thinking about speedrunning. What helps in a lot of games that I don't see that much of is like I said, the daily leaderboards kind of thing. Because not everybody's gonna play every single day, and it's much more likely that you're able to have a chance at getting near the top.
Right. And
what?
Yeah.
Sorry. What Leap Day does as well.
Yes.
Is that they make it so that you get awards if you kind of like.
So
if you kind of like play every single day for a month, but instead of that, you could probably make it so that if you hit the daily leaderboard once, you can get like a little crown or something.
And you can collect the crown.
Yeah.
Crowns. Right. Yeah. I can try that.
That will I don't know if that will motivate a lot of people, but definitely more people than if it was just a leaderboard and there was no daily kind of repeating thing. Because imagine right, like you're playing Devil Daggers.
Yes.
And if you get top 10, you get a crown. There's no freaking way.
The top 10, like I look at my ranking,
my ranking is like 10,000 or something. Yeah, I know. But imagine if Devil Daggers had like for example Tormentor X Punisher, right? I don't know if you played that game. It's kind of like Devil Daggers.
Yeah.
There is a daily leaderboards, and I can get top 10. And I'm like, yes, I'm kind of cool. even though in total there's only like 30 people on the daily leaderboard.
I see. Wait,
you get what I'm saying, right?
I get what you're saying. But do they like keep an archive of like daily results or?
I'm not sure actually. I'm not sure for the Tormentor X Punisher. But yeah, like that might be cool to think of. Like,
thank you. I think that's a great idea. Daily leaderboard. Yeah.
Just for like retention rates, because that seems to be what you're concentrated on at the moment.
Yeah, retaining the players. Well, and because I need time to add new worlds, right? So I kind of need something to keep the players entertained while I work on new levels. So
Yeah.
so yeah, cool man. Thanks for the suggestions. I think I can work with that.
Yeah, but like I gave those suggestions, but I still gotta think about it in the context of the game, because I think um the daily leaderboards work for Tormented Expenditure because it was different each time, you know.
Oh, true.
Yeah, so it I think this needs a lot more thinking before.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you.
no problem.
Yeah. Shall we call it?
Yeah, let's. I guess you already said what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
But my recap is basically gluttony, sloth,
Sloth, right? Yeah.
and then just playing around with like different technologies. That's about it.
Okay. The when do you intend to texture map your the squid thing?
Tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I probably can get it done pretty quickly. I just need some Bezier curves, you know, like some normal mapping, and I'm done.
Nice. Alrighty then. Now I guess in my case, I just need to rush some updates and hope everything goes well. Yeah.
Nito burrito.
Yeah, Nito burrito.
Congrats again on your release.
Hey, thanks, man. It feels good to finally release something, because like my last IP was Serious Scramblers, and it was first released in 2018. So
I
yeah,
see.
it's been a while, right? I've been like itching
Yeah.
to release something new. So finally,
Yeah. And now, like, I think the best part about releasing is that at least after you're done with like some of the additional levels and stuff, you can start playing around with new ideas, which is what I find it's what I look forward to the most. Like, at the end of the project, I still have to maintain it for a bit,
yes,
but I
start
can
exploring.
still start exploring. Yeah. That's the part I like.
Yeah, man. I already have some ideas in mind. Hey, wait. Yeah, I talked to you about it already, right?
The prop gen stuff, right?
Yeah, prop gen action dungeon crawler thingy. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that actually, because I'm looking forward to future dev chats where we talk about proc gen stuff, because I love proc gen.
Well,
I do a lot of research into it.
Yeah, I look forward to get more insights from you, because I don't have much experience with proc gen.
I mean, a few proc gen games, but I actually like know quite a bit about it, at least in terms of like implementation wise.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shall we call it then?
Yeah, let's call it.
Okay. Thanks, man. Thanks, Chow.
Alright.
I think I will go raid the Amanda. I think.
Oh, she's streaming now, is it?
I think she.
Yeah, Chef Squad.
Okay.
Yeah, wait, before you raid, let me. Do you have a raid message?
I don't I don't have one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's alright. I mean, yeah. Oh, hey, Ayan Yang is here. Thanks, Ayan Yang. Thanks for dropping by. We've just been chatting with Chow. John is not here today. He managed to find an excuse to not show us his game. So. Nice. Okay. Thanks.
Alright.
Okay. Thanks, Chow. I'll run the outro and then we will read.
Yeah, I think I'll disconnect now also, because I think I've got some stuff to do as well.
Okay. Thanks.
See you. Thanks for the chat.
Yeah, thank you for the chat. Bye.
Bye.
Alright, thanks Ayan Yang. Let me just type in the raid message first. Musk sound. Woo! I will have a very busy holiday. Yeah, I'll be working on updates for Jerboa. So back to the grind. But before that, let's raid Amanda. Okay, thanks everyone. I'll see you all very, very soon.